Cool, we are live. So what's up, man? How was your week? I know you said you were doing some job searching.
Yeah, job searching and interviews and stuff. And so I already have like a couple that have already offered a position, but I'm kind of waiting to hear the answer from some other ones. So that way I can kind of make the best decision for me and my family and stuff. So other than that, I mean, it's been kind of stressful to be quite honest with you, but it's always
Yeah,
good to like flex your brain a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because I mean, I haven't had an interview in quite some time. And so it allows me to answer questions and I get to brag about myself a little bit, which is something I don't normally do. So I'm used to like tearing myself down. So this is it's refreshing, you know.
good little exercise. But like, yeah, I worked at 10 different places. I was the best of the best, which is why I got the job I did. I did it for 10 years because I was the best of the best for 10 years.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah,
And that's why I deserve this job. And in all actuality, I deserve your job, but I'm not here for that.
yeah, yeah. So how was your week, man? What'd you do?
Yeah, no, it was good. My brother just came home today. He had to go get like a root canal, but it got delayed till Thursday. But yeah,
Okay.
they gotta. I don't know what happened, but I guess last time he went to the dentist, they messed up or chipped like one of his teeth, and he just didn't go back. But it had been like 4 years, and he had some pain the other day, and he was like, "Let me go to the dentist," and yeah, they got to do a root canal. They're gonna then they described it to him, and he's like kind of queasy, doesn't like all the dentist stuff. So
Yeah.
they were like describing to him what is gonna happen, and he was like, "No, please don't tell me." But they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna like remove your tooth. We're gonna like clean it out, and then we're gonna drill in, and then we're gonna put a crown or a cap on top of the thing." So yeah,
Yeah. They
yeah,
basically just hollow out his tooth and then
yeah,
fill it in with like antiseptic and other things like that. Put a cap on it and then he'll get his actual crown like I don't know, a couple weeks or like 3 weeks from now or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty. I've had to have, I had
oh, okay,
uh,
2 root canals.
two root canals, man.
And are those only from cavities, or are they from damage to the tooth in any sort of way?
Damage to the tooth. Like I cracked mine,
Okay,
and so at that point, it was kind of like, can we save this? And they were like, no. So they just like rebuilt it, my tooth
gotcha.
or whatever. And so I was just like, okay, well, cool, this is great. Had I thought about this when I was younger, my parents never really watched me or whatever. Um, no pressure on them or whatever, but I was like a young kid and I didn't take great care of my teeth, man. I really didn't. And I really wish I would have a little bit
Yeah.
more than where I was at. So
Yeah, that's something my parents definitely were just like every single morning. You brush your teeth? Yes. You go and before bed, you brush your teeth? Yes.
yeah.
Even still, sometimes like you brush your teeth. I'm like, Mom, I'm 29, man. Like I brush my teeth religiously. What are you talking about? It's still, that's just how they are. They're
Yeah, now I know it's super important. So I watch my kids do it, pretty much nightly. Obviously not tonight, um, because they're getting ready to go to bed and my wife's taking care of that so I can be here. But
gotta
I
trust
mean,
them.
yeah, I'm always like giving him a bath or like a shower or whatever. My
Yeah.
son, and then brushing it. We brushes. He's started to actually like brushing his teeth in the shower
Okay.
because it's like a
That's
one
not too
stop
bad.
shop, bro. You like
Yeah.
you get clean, brush your teeth really quick, spit it all down the drain, and you're good. It's
Right.
yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Yeah. Most of this week, because I realized I didn't really answer your question. I just talked about what my brother did. But yeah, most of this week, I'll share my screen. I've been looking at stocks more and more. I don't know why I did that. There we go. So, you know, we're pretty low the most recent week. We were up here. We anticipated some good running, or no, we were here and we anticipated some good running, and then the CPI report came out and that was super negative, and then we've just been selling off ever since. And today we had a really big green fat candle, which I talked about in Sunday's video that I predicted that we and I'm not showing off. I've been wrong more than I haven't, but we did fill the gap like I thought we would because we got some good news from the railroads because the
right,
railroads are going to go on strike, and They got a deal where they gave everybody a raise and 1 extra day off per year. So that's a pretty decent deal. But until next time, basically, because the railroads still weren't perfectly happy with that, but it was enough to like stop them from striking.
Yeah.
So
yeah, which would have been huge because I think it's like I want to say 60% of our transport of goods and other things like that is done through railway.
right.
You
It
know,
would have been bad. It would have been really bad.
it would have been really bad from what I understand.
And we're already in a bad situation, so that would
Yeah.
have just compacted.
Yeah,
So,
we wouldn't want to be worse.
yeah. But
yeah.
yeah.
How do you feel about the market? You feel
I was very bearish. Up here, I was really bullish. I was like, okay, because the CPI data is going to come back in and it's going to be great. That's what everybody thought. And it came back negative. As soon as it came back negative, I was like, okay, we're going to crash. We're definitely going to go down to like 360, this old low on the S&P 500. I was like, we're definitely going to go right back. But in all honesty, we still might. My plan for today was that we would fill this gap. We would fill this gap, and we did. But my plan was to buy puts. I wanted to short Tesla as soon as this happened, and I'll show you why. Because this is where we're at for the S&P 500. This was our high, and we're all the way down to 388. But if you look at, and I'll just pull up another one. If you look at Tesla's high. Like it didn't come down much at all. So let's go check out Tesla. Tesla is still up here. It's holding up. Like SPY is around here. And Tesla's just chilling. It's doing really well. One of the analysts actually updated Tesla too. They updated it to a 400 price range. So they think that it has, roughly 50% more upside, which is kind of crazy considering the bear market we're in.
Yeah.
It does make sense though. I read the report and basically they were saying over the next few years, they believe Tesla is going to continue to maintain having, I believe it's something like 40% of all EV market share in America, and then something like 10 to 15% in European/Asian countries, which, pretty big. So,
yeah.
And I agree. Like, I do think really highly of Tesla. It's actually probably I'm overweighted in my stock portfolio of Tesla on accident.
Well, I think you're good, right?
Well,
like,
it wasn't on
Tesla's
purpose.
Pretty safe.
Right. Like the thing is, if Tesla didn't go crazy, it would still be like, 10% or 5% of my portfolio or even less. But because I bought one share really early and then it went crazy and then they split and I got more shares and then it went crazy again and then it split again and again and again. Now I have so many shares and it's up so much that it's most of my portfolio.
But that's good though. I mean, because from what I heard is that they're actually working on a cyclical or something like that, almost like super collider for rockets, to where you can travel close to light speed while using no fuel.
But that's not going to be under Tesla, will it?
I mean, I don't know. I think, the SpaceX program or whatever, I mean, it's like, okay, so Elon Musk is doing this, right? So one would think like, what is it? The ship, all ships stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this will be like a secondary effect from that. I don't see Tesla getting smaller. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like anytime soon.
But what throws me off a little bit is that normally the stocks that hold up the best, or the stock that holds up the best, is Apple. And Apple's been leading the way down. It's AAPL, my bad. But, Apple's kind of holding up decently too. But it was down here. SPY was probably like here. So it was like pretty close. And but Tesla's like here-ish.
Yeah, but I mean, think about that, right? So Tesla stock is hanging with Apple stock, which is generally one of the best in the business. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're in a good spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think just reading into that, I think you're in a good spot.
I'm very excited for the future as far as my Tesla stock. I think, not everybody likes the EV, bills. Not everybody wants it to be pushed towards the EV, and I 100% understand. I don't think we should be cutting oil as much as we have been, stopping our production, stopping our importing, trying to force, EVs. Like we don't have the infrastructure. California has to, figure it out. And the rest of the world's going to be in that predicament eventually. So
Right.
we're pushing it too fast. Now for Tesla stock, it's going to help it a lot. It's going to be great. But man, if we keep doing it this rate, I mean, eventually there's going to start to be a few blackouts in a few more cities and a few more cities, and that's not what we need. So
There could be. It's all about infrastructure, right? And so I think, yeah, that it's very expensive. If we decided that a lot of these electric vehicles were to hit the street, I don't know how our grids would react to it. I'm not going to pretend like I would know the ins and outs of it,
yeah,
but
I'm not sure.
yeah, it'd be pretty rough. I think it'd be a really, really rough go of it.
I mean, just thinking about it, I would imagine most people, at least in America, they have charging stations in their garages, and you would probably always charge at night. So if everybody's always charging at night, that might turn into be the highest electric usage, period of time.
I mean, yeah, it could be.
So
I have
I'm
a
not
charging
sure.
station right by my house at like this grocery store, and it's literally right down the street from me. So, I mean, if I got my Tesla, I would just go there, charge up.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily need the at-home version because, to be honest with you, I don't travel anywhere. I don't do anything. Like 200 miles to me is like 2 weeks worth of stuff. I wouldn't have to charge. Like I would be fine. I
right,
travel 4 miles a day, if that.
right. But
8.
yeah, that's basically what I've been looking at for stocks. I didn't short it like I planned because towards the end of the day, there's just a lot of bullish momentum. And yeah, we filled the gap, and like a lot of times you come back down after you fill the gap. But Powell doesn't speak, I think, until Wednesday, and talks about the inflation and what he's going to raise by, whether it's 0.75 or a full, 100.
They're saying a full point.
They are, but here's the thing: if they raise by 0.75, that could be initially bullish, but still that makes people worry that it's not enough, and in the long term that could still hurt us. So it's still bad. And then if they raise by 100 basis points, that means that he's freaking out now, so that's bearish initially, and it's going to put a lot more pressure on businesses who want to take out loans and that it can't. So that's just pure all bearish, but like
It's
with a tint
bro, it's kind of
of
crazy
bullish.
because people are talking like, okay, so they're gonna raise it up by a point, and then they're gonna turn the money printer on again, and they're just gonna start printing money again, and they said I even heard rumblings of like another stimulus check.
Really?
Yeah, and so I was just like, that's too much. That's gonna cause too much chaos. You know what I mean? Like way too much
Yeah.
chaos.
We'll
I
have to wait and see. I
I
mean,
don't know how we could sustain.
as far as printing money, that's always going to happen. We're always going to continue to print more,
Yeah.
period. Now, at the rate that we do it, that's something else. But yeah, I did want to jump into some CNFTs. We could theorize all day, and I love it, but
Yeah.
we have some really cool CNFTs. So the first one, and I think this is the most hyped one, and I just made a video
You
about
getting Animalians?
I didn't get an Animalian, but I do really like their project. I'm just not super bullish on CNFTs as a whole right now, to be honest.
Right.
So I'm just playing it a bit safe. But Mysterious Moai Association is like the mint of the week right now. Everybody's talking about it. As soon as I made the weekly mints video, like I was instantly hit up by people like, why didn't you cover this one? And I was like, what is that? And they were just like, you don't know about this? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I looked it up and I was like, holy crap, this thing is huge. So yeah, this one is crazy. I had to make a video on it just because even though I'm late to the party, I don't want anybody else to be. So yeah, these are basically their invitations, like Mallard Order did. And they're going for a lot. There's only 100 of them, so rightfully so. But
Nice.
these allow you to mint 3 during the first tier, and then you can also mint 2 during the other tier, and then you can also mint 1 during the public. So by owning one of these, in theory, best of the best scenario, you can mint 6.
Nice.
Yep. And, excuse me. They're going to be having.
Which I have seen them on Twitter.
Yeah. They're going to be these little heads right here.
Uh-huh.
So
Like when I described my first acid trip, this is what I was talking about. So these
yeah,
guys were popping out like in my field of view, just from out of nowhere. It wasn't like they came up out of the ground or anything. It's just all of a sudden they were like in my view, and I was like walking amongst them. And it was pretty
what?
dope. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Yeah, so there's going to be 3,333 of these. I've never experienced anything like that with psychedelics. I've never like hallucinated, I guess.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
My first one was pretty rough. I tried to He-Man it, and I was just
He-Man
taking
it?
I was taking these tabs, and I was just like,
Oh, you took a bunch.
yeah.
How many tabs did you take?
Man, I have no idea.
More than 3?
No. It was higher. It was like, I want to say it
5,
was
10?
like 8.
Bro.
And I heard of people doing like severe damage permanently to their brain
Yeah.
by doing like a bunch,
Yeah.
but I it was a like senior party, and I was like, I won't be big shot, blah 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 blah, nothing can kill me. And then I'm just taking these and putting them on my tongue. They're like, you're not putting it on anything, you're not diluting it or anything. And I'm like, no. And I'm just taking it, and it's like, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, you must have tripped for like a year.
Yeah, it was like I didn't fall asleep till I think 7 or 8 p.m. the next day.
Yeah, I mean that's sometimes normal from a regular trip.
Right. This was pretty nuts, dude.
Damn, that's really crazy.
Needless to say, I haven't really done it since. It wasn't a bad trip. Like my headspace was great. Like I was in a good spot.
Well, that's good.
But I mean, I wasn't ready for all that.
My dad told me this story. He said when he was at lunch, there was like they were sitting at the lunch table, and this kid's brother put a tab in his cheeseburger and wanted to watch his brother trip at school and thought it'd be funny, which it would have been.
Yeah.
But he got, I guess, too high, and my dad said that now he's mentally ill, and like he's been that way ever since that trip. Like he's just never been okay. Like he can't really speak well. He's just done from one tab, he says.
That's crazy.
I don't know, like if it's true or not, and I also don't know if like maybe the story back then, maybe my dad didn't see him put in more. I don't know, but when sometimes I tell him about like my experiences, he's like, "You're gonna lose your mind," like stuff. And I'm like, "No, it's not like that.
No, it's
really not.
It's fine."
But yeah, but his experience was just so bad.
But so these guys, sorry.
Yeah, no, all good. It was a fun little side tangent.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys are minting for 78, which I thought was super fair. A lot of these mints are at least a minimum of 100, which is still like $45, which is also still very fair. So I think the mint price is really good. This is tomorrow, and I don't know exactly how much the whitelists are taking up, but I do know it's majority. So there can't be more than like 500, or I want to say maybe 1,000 at most left for public, depending on how many mint. Let's see if it shows it. I saw it somewhere. I can't remember exactly, but I mean, I'm going to try, and everybody should try. My opinion, not financial advice, but this project's just really, really banging right now. If we do go and look at the other one, Mallard Order, those are still holding up really well. So, 330 floor.
Right.
It's, not going to be necessarily the same, but these only have 333 or 3,333 as opposed to 6,500. So it could be, it very well could be.
Right.
We'll have to see. The other thing I was looking at was their roadmap, and their roadmap doesn't have too much, basically. So, this is all they have as far as like a picture. They have more in their white paper or whatever I read. I don't remember where it is, but yeah. So we're going to have to see exactly what they do. I think right now it's just kind of riding a lot of hype. There's nothing that I know about that's set in stone that for me would be like, yes, I have to get this other than hype. But, that was how I kind of felt about Mallard Order too. So we'll have to wait and see.
Which the thing about Mallard Order, they always have pretty good community engagement, on most things. So I think that's pretty good shot. Pretty good shot.
Yeah. Yeah. The other super, super hype one is Eta and Betas. So Eta and Betas, dude, look how cool this is. Look at this. This is an NFT.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the smoke in it.
That's pretty dope. Yeah.
Does this not kind of look like a vial?
Yeah, it does actually.
And then this is like the smoke inside of the vial.
Theoretically, yeah, but it's a UFO, right? But it
Right.
still looks like a vial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It looks like both, you know? Like it could very easily be that. I think like traditionally speaking, isn't it kind of like straight?
What?
Like the light, you know, that beams you up, isn't it kind of like straight up and down?
I mean,
Like from sci-fi movies?
It can be, but it's
Like light doesn't make sense like that, but I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense that it would spread out like this.
Yes. Like
But
a flashlight.
regardless, you know, these look really, really cool. Like the detail, you can really zoom in on these.
What does it say?
I think this says Invadas, over and over.
Okay.
That's what I see.
Hmm.
And then little moon. But yeah,
It does kind of look like a vial.
It does. Like maybe they use that to help them out. Regardless, I think it looks really good. I'm not trying to crap on it, but I just find it funny.
No. I'm saying, is it mutation? Is it?
What do you
or
mean?
Is that just the NFT?
I believe this is the NFT because they have this one too.
Oh
wait, maybe this isn't the NFT. Maybe this is. I don't know. Yeah, because here's I'm assuming. Not 100% sure, but they look cool. And Invada's art in general looks really cool. So
right.
You know, like oh man.
Okay, so they're releasing UFOs, which makes sense.
Right. And there's going to be staking attached to these UFOs.
Okay.
So each one of these UFOs is going to have a rarity and a size, and you'll be able to put your Invada into these and then stake them. So if you have let me see if I can find the chart. But basically, you know, there's like a small one. Is it here? UFO paper. I know I've already downloaded it, but let's do it again. I'm not going to open. Maybe it's in here. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Let me zoom in. So if you get a small, you get to stake one of them, and you also get a season 2 mint. And This is going to be 2,000, and yeah, there's 3,500 total. So then the mediums give you 3 staking and 2 mints, and the mothers give you 10 and 3, and the legendary give you 10 and 4. And then you can also upgrade them and add boosters, which I think is pretty cool. So there's going to be these missions that Eta and Betas do. I'm not entirely sure how they work yet, but it's going to let you change the attributes and aesthetics of your UFO, as well as add extra capacity for your staking.
Okay.
So they've really thought this through. And yeah, 100 Eta, and this is going to be on the 21st. So we have back-to-back hype mints. It's kind of a good week.
Yeah, it's a pretty good week, yeah.
We haven't had something too hype in a while, I feel like.
I saw Mantles was minting as well.
Yep. Oh yeah, there's a few UFOs too. We'll go check out Mantles. They have their companion mints coming up. But there will be special rewards handed out to secret UFOs. So I think there's 10 UFOs or 15 UFOs that are stashed with 1,500 Eta.
Oh,
so
wow.
if you get one of those, you know, you get a little check too.
That'd be pretty legit, yeah.
Right. But yeah, these things look sick. Invadas, you know, just always coming through. Definitely a mint to watch out for if you didn't know about it already. Now let's go check out, you said Mandrills. Yeah, they have their companions. These little dudes just look so cool.
Yeah.
And this right here that he's holding is a splinter. And we'll go to here. We'll show the splinters. So these splinters, you can mint with these. So you send in your splinter, you send in your Eta, you get your splinter back. I believe it doesn't do anything after mint. Maybe they'll add something, but I don't think it does anything. And it increases your chance of getting a rare one. So, and it also lets you mint for, what is it? half off. I think it's like 45 ADA instead of 90, something like that. Let me go back and just double check. I want to make sure I'm not butchering that. Oh, it's here. Or is it? Okay, so we'll start here. The cores, so there's 3 different types of these splinters. So there's the core, mantle, and crust. If you have a core, you have a 57.5% chance of getting a legendary or a sub 1K. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then the mantles give you a 15% chance, and the crust give you an 8% chance, as well as a discount on the mint. So if I could find a discount. Oh yeah, and they're doing this too. Oh my god, there's so much to talk about with these. These are so cool. Oh, there's so many good mints. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's half off for the whitelist. So this is what I was telling people in the video too, is you should, if you want to mint one of these, you should buy one of these. Not only does it increase your chance to an 8% chance minimum of getting a legendary of a good one, but you also get it cheaper. So do it. You know?
It's a win-win, right?
Yeah, exactly. So these things are pretty cool. And if you do want to get one of the other ones, so this is a crust, which is the weakest one, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's 8%.
Yeah. And then the mantles are the next ones. And I like that you can just read it too, like, and it's pretty visual. But
yeah, there's the mantle.
Yeah, and we'll just go to the top, high to low. These are the cores. So that's not even too bad.
Of course, not too bad.
Right? 210? No, even 160, 155.
Yeah.
119? I don't know. This is something to think about if people are thinking about these mints. That's not too bad. You're going to get a sub, well, no, you're not guaranteed, but higher percent.
It's 50-50, right?
Right. Well, even a little bit better.
A little bit better than 50-50.
Yeah. So definitely something to think about. And you can also send in 10 of these at a time. So, you know, if you want to buy a few of these, or even if you want to go hard, you know, you can go hard with the mandrills, guarantee yourself maybe 2 or 3, you know, sub 1Ks at minimum, you know, if you want to do 10 of them. But yeah, they're also, so these things are pretty cool, because at first I was like, you know, maybe just another mint, you know, it's really cool art. We'll have to wait for utility for a few, you know, months or whatever, and then it'll go crazy. But this is what their utility is. And I was kind of like, okay, this is pretty sick. So they're going to have what they're calling their drills city. I wish I could get rid of this so I can make this fatter. But yeah, so there's going to be different types of classes of your companions. There's going to be an artist, a mechanic, a technician, supplier, and a worker. And then this is going to be this little like chart. So if you want a garage, it can be any companion, and it's available in every single district. So there's also going to be different districts.
Okay.
If you want to have a house, you have to have a worker, but you also have to have already built a garage. And then the garden, you need an artist. The pool, you need a house, and what is S? Supplier. And then, and then boathouse, you need to be on the waterfront, and you need a worker and a technician. Mansion, you need a technician, supplier, and a pool and a garage. And then for the fat bank, you need 1 of the drills, as well as any sub 1K, and then you need 1 of each, as well as being in the city center.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of these projects have really been putting in a lot of thought into these mints.
Yeah, they're going pretty in depth, it looks like.
Right.
Know? Like they've actually thought and considered everything and all the possibilities and stuff. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was getting a little bummed out, honestly. Like I was getting really frustrated with a lot of the mints I was seeing, and I was just like, man, you know what? Let me just go buy another clay. I am sick of trying to double my money on these new mints. Let me just go buy another clay. So I did.
It's almost impossible at this point, you know, to double minting. Right. I mean, if we're being real, you know, unless it's like a super established project, then maybe, you know, but for the most part, it's so hard. Like, yeah, when you got that 3rd clay, I was like, okay, so that makes sense, man. You're doing good right there.
I had to. I felt, you know, I didn't know about the because they actually, oh, dude, so cool. They just updated their stuff with the music. with the Baked Nations.
Yes.
We need to go check those out because I actually haven't listened to any of the music or seen it. So, but I want to show the other clay that I bought. So, excuse me, I had to get the cyan background. I had to. And so this one right here was listed for 2,700, and I was like, I think I can get him down to 2,500. So I threw out an offer, and he accepted it. And a few days later, bada boom, bada bing, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
I guess he's not going to pop up, but
It does. I think if you refresh it or whatever, like the page, it should pop up again.
Oh well. And then we got thingies from Beatboy. Dude,
The thingies, yeah.
This week is packed.
Yeah.
So I just got this thingy. I
don't know if it's rare or what, but
I haven't seen one like this before.
I have, I think.
Okay.
Go to the thingies. The last time I checked their floor did drop slightly. It was at 75. Now it's at 68. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. So this one's mine-ish.
And I'm wondering what that is.
They said that there's 3 different types, but I didn't see them explain the differences of them.
Right. Click on it and see what it says. Any properties?
Yeah, I checked earlier. There's no properties.
There's no properties.
Like no metadata, no nothing. I don't know if that's intentional.
Well, yeah, I think it's intentional.
Okay. I mean, wouldn't there be some sort of metadata though?
Well, I'm wondering what it is. No, you don't have to necessarily include it. It can be blank.
Okay.
I mean, the properties are whatever it reads. Now, this obviously means that it's going to evolve into whatever it's supposed to be.
Does it mean that?
Yeah.
You think these are going to evolve?
Yeah, because I don't think the policy ID is not locked. They can change the art at any time.
Right. They could. Or they could just change metadata and like update that. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, it definitely beats holding one of your hall passes, or well, maybe not necessarily that, but it beats holding the
gum,
what are they called? The collectibles.
The soda. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not burning your houses, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Beat Boys is doing something cool. Mandrill's doing something cool. Ada and Vedas is coming out. We got a brand new invitation only type mint with Moai. Like what else? What else did I write down? Phoenix Arena.
Phoenix Arena, yeah, with Fluffies.
Yeah. So what? Did I spell it wrong? I don't know. Arena. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, the maxes still aren't holding, too much. It looks like they actually were bought a bit, but there's still, one guy underselling, of course.
Right.
What about the divers? Divers roughly same thing. But their game looked really cool. When I was going through their white paper, like the UI looked really clean.
Yeah.
The game mechanics looked really cool too. The sides, like 3 people on this side, 3 people on this side. Right. Choose your what is it, like your action. And you have like these cards that it looks like, but they're abilities, not cards. So you choose it, and it looked cool. So
yeah, I'm patient with this one. I don't feel bad holding it. I've the team is working. They're always like, you can tell they're trying to do something here, and so I think. I think they'll end up pulling it off. I really hope something comes of it, because as far as gaming goes, I think Cardano is kind of long for some game, of some sort.
But it's not necessarily any gamer's fault or any like gaming company's fault yet, because I mean, sure, they could have some things developed, but if it was massively popular, it wouldn't be able to like really fully see its success because of, we don't have Hydra yet and yada yada. Right. So it's I don't know if these people are like necessarily dragging their feet, but they may be patiently, waiting for things to develop.
I think they're putting things out to keep development going, right? Is essentially what it is. I mean, they're going to develop something, obviously. I've read their version 2 white paper, and I've spoke to people on the team, and like they always come up to me and they're always asking me like, hey, what do you think about this or whatever? And they're doing something, dude. I can tell you they are building,
Oh yeah.
something, and I'm looking forward to it for sure. I mean, I hold the max, I hold, and I'll hold a fluffy, you know.
Oh yeah, fluffies.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm really.
Do I keep spelling Phoenix wrong?
It's OE. OE.
Okay.
Yeah. See right there.
Yep. I don't know why I thought that the fluffies would actually be fluffy, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, ah, of course. Like I knew it made sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's
no,
more like a badass tank sort of
yeah,
assault character, kind of cool, you
yeah,
know. Um, so yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for this. It looks like those are jelly cubes.
yeah. They have a partnership with Jelly
Yep.
Cubes.
Yeah.
I think it's like if you have a Jelly Cube, you get airdropped or some sort of a 1 week pass to the Block Investment Group.
Right.
So
Which is
shout out to the
great.
Block Investment Group.
I mean, Block Investment, great, doing good things, obviously in the space, and
They just hit
they're,
$1 million ADA, by the way,
which is
on secondary.
crazy. That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome, right? They also have ties with Cardania, which is one of the first projects that we interviewed,
Yep.
and they use their staking mechanism to produce Radcoin, which I think is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
jelly cubes, bro, jelly cubes are strong.
1,500, man.
Yes.
Whew.
They haven't dipped.
I know.
They haven't dipped.
They haven't released their full collection though. There is going to be another like 1250 coming out, I believe.
Yeah. I think they increased it a little bit because the first time
Yeah. There was a few errors
there was a few errors or whatever, and so there'll be more in the collection, but I think it's only going to be like 2570 or something like that in the
Yeah,
whole collection. Like,
yeah, I think it's less than
that's
100 extra were added.
right.
So yeah, huge things Block is doing. And it's actually funny when I made my mistake when I forgot about MOIs and such. I was asking, I was like, man, how do you guys keep up with all these? And they were just like, oh, Block Investment Group. And I
Block
was
Investment Group.
like, yep. I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. They're like, just buy a jelly cube. And I was like, yeah, like I it's worth it, especially for what I do. It really is. But maybe in a few months, like if this can find a dip, that'd be great.
Give me
But
a few minutes.
they're worth it. They are.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm super stingy. If a project like doubles or 10x's, you're just not going to see me buy it. Right. Other than Clay, I don't know why. Clay is like my one thing. I can't let it go.
Well, so this week, one of the big things that have happened, and I don't know how up on Twitter you stay or whatever, but there's been this guy who came in, wab.eth, okay, is his name, and bring the old Twitties up, okay, because we can talk about this a little bit. Just do wab.eth. There you go. That's him, right? Right now he's in Twitter Spaces. People have been in his Twitter Spaces for quite some time. Okay. Essentially, he came from Ethereum. He ran 2 projects. As you can tell, what is it? Something Seals. Savvy Seals, And
then Pixelverse and Pixel Labs.
Yeah.
Pixel Labs sounds familiar.
It does. It's almost like pixel art from Cardano. You know what I mean?
I think it's the labs name. There's something else Labs, right?
There's Yuga Labs, and then there's something Labs, M Labs, which something does like gaming,
Okay.
But yeah, so if you scroll down to the tweets and stuff, you can see like, okay, he's maybe not that one. But like he's just been kind of engagement farming on Twitter for Cardano people, right? And I'm having a rough time trying to decipher why people are caring so much about this one particular person who basically came
Okay.
in as like a troll just to kind of mess with the community, right? And then, everybody's taking him like he's a uh, Cardano genius or a NFT genius or something like that. It's like I'm struggling with it. It makes me feel old. It makes me feel behind
Yeah.
the times because it was
I
like the whole reason why we are up on Cardano. Number one, we want to make money through NFTs. Don't get me wrong, but that's not the sole reason. Most of us came here because we liked Charles Hoskinson, because we liked um, the idea of Cardano.
I think
NFTs
it's the approach, the approach that he took. And I think he also like you knowing that he came from Ethereum, I think really added a lot of like solidification or whatever, like to his name.
right.
It's like he really knows what he's doing. He sees the problems in one of the best cryptocurrencies, so he's attempting to make an even better, second best cryptocurrency. You know,
Yeah.
so I think that's where a lot of the initial hype came from. I don't know who wab.eth is. I'm not sure. I think sometimes when I see people trolling, it's not necessarily full trolling. I think it's kind of like playful intent to, spark discussion. And sometimes it kind of sways itself too much to one side and kind of comes across maybe rude or just like dumb or whatever it may be. And maybe that's not how he intended it. I really don't know.
Well, it just seems so it's odd because like he's bringing people in the space, I guess. I haven't really seen NFT volume go up a whole lot. You know what I mean? They're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna bring in all these whales, la di da di da. Here we go.
Well, didn't one of them, I don't know if it was wab.eth, but somebody from ETH bought a dirt bird and sparked a lot of discussion for dirt birds. Guys, nothing to talk about this. More eyes is good and it's real people coming. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, for sure. To an extent, for sure. My my thing is that I would like people who hold on to Cardano for a while. You know what I'm saying? That can really like kind of be, you know, uh, a good ambassador of it, I guess you would say, for lack of better terms. And so, I think the way that I'm looking at it, I think yes, it is good to have more eyes in the space and other things like that. But keep in mind of some of the people that are coming in, they don't care about Cardano. They literally just want to pump bags and then peace,
We
which is
won't know
fine.
true intentions, to be fair, though.
Right,
So, I don't want to just assume negatively. I don't, like I said, like, I don't know who this person is. That's why I'm not going to say like one way or the other because I just don't
right,
know. And based off of these right here, it doesn't seem negative. It seems a little playful to me. Some of the
right.
things seem a little jabby, as far as like if it has the best tech, why does it have the least developers? And in all honesty, it makes sense. It's because there's not a whole lot of developers for I
Haskell.
forget. Right, right.
Yeah,
And so like that answer could be explained in like 2 seconds, and then I'm returning to the Cardano community. That just sounds nice. Like, thank you for shouting us out.
right.
But then, in fact, most of the people who shill Cardano's tech don't understand the limitations or drawback of it. I would also argue that most of the people who invest in anything don't understand any of it. They just know that it's hyped. Apple even like, oh, well, it's a smartphone and they're having better cameras. And it's like,
Yeah,
like, the very basics, but you don't understand the marketing, all that, whatever. You don't really need to understand all of that stuff to make a decent investment, in my opinion. So, some of those things right there, like in my opinion, I don't think that comment is anything. I think that's a throwaway comment.
no, for sure not.
But, like I said, I don't know if he's just being playful. And in all honesty, if it is getting more eyes on it, like you said, like that's all I care about. Even if he does come in here and pumps his bags or whatever and dips, like if more eyes got on it because of that, then awesome.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see that. I don't see the longevity there. You know what I mean?
Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. And it could also be one of those things, like some people kind of like dip in and out, but then maybe after a few years, they really do start to like Cardano more and more, and they stay here. Like, I don't know. There's friend groups, that you kind of hang out with, but you really have this friend group, but then a few of those friend groups you fall out with, and you end up going over this friend group, and I just think it's all good,
Yeah.
Hopefully, I like it obviously when people have the best intentions, but you can't predict what people's intentions are. You'll just never know.
Oh no, for sure not. So it kind of made me wonder, like, am I getting too old? Because like shit posting back in the day used to never like bother me or whatever. And it still doesn't necessarily bother me. I'm just like kind of over it, I guess you would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the old guy that's yelling at the sky. You know what I'm saying? Or the
I
dude that's
guess
like, get off my lawn.
There's always going to be like people that disagree with you or do something that kind of like aggravates you, but then there's also going to be those homies that like don't do those things, and you hang out with them. And as you get older, those people, change, and I just think it doesn't matter. Like maybe you become that old guy, but screw it. That's who you are. You're with your homies that you love it, you hang out with.
Do you like shit posting? Do you shit post?
No, I don't. I just don't understand it. Like to me, like sometimes it seems like a funny joke, but then sometimes it seems like there's ill intent, and I don't know which is which, so I just stay away from it.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I don't understand what's witty and what's actually like, oh, you're being like a dirtbag about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they've been holding spaces, and there's been like 1,000 people in it, like whatever, which is great, and they're all talking like, and we said, we were like, we would just like it to be like to where NFT holders on Ethereum respect NFT holders on Cardano and everything else, and Sol and everything like that, right? And so that one's funny. That's from Magic Eden, which is the marketplace on Solana.
Okay.
Hilarious. They were like, there's that one. So I made a comment underneath that dude's video. This was right after a space. I made a comment on that dude's video, and I'm like, and it was just him talking shit about Cardano, which is fine. People can do that. Like, not everybody has to like Cardano. I totally get it. But this was just after a space with like 1,000+ people, and we were all like, yeah, let's come together. We're all NFT holders. And then this stuff happens. You know what I mean? And then I'm like, look at all of us just cross-chain bonding together like never before. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, this all goes to shit. Like we're all maxis of our own shit. We all fanboy our own stuff. We all do this, that, and the other. So we can sit there in spaces and sing Kumbaya and be like, oh yeah, we'll work together, cross-chain collaboration. Never going to happen, dude. It's not going to happen.
I think that's completely fine too. People just need to understand that that's how it is, and I'm like that with certain stocks too. Like, I have people hit me up, and especially like my brother and stuff, because he's in college and I like talking stocks. He knows I do. So we'll talk and he'll be like, I'm thinking about this and that. And I'm just like, I think in all honesty, Tesla is the best stock to own for the next 10 years. The U.S. government's going to continue to fund it and help with the infrastructure, even though they don't need it. So it's just going to be even better. And they were the first. They have some of the best technology. They're far ahead of a lot of the other companies. But then, you'll have the argument of like, well, yeah, but you can like 10 extra money on like this and that. And it's like, you can't. So I have to then rephrase it to like, well, I think Tesla's one of the best stocks, as far as like safe investment returns over the next 10 years. So everybody's going to have their own thing, and it just doesn't matter. Like if I make money and I'm happy with that, then that's cool. I don't need to make like 50 billion. If the other guy made 50 billion and I made like 10 billion, it's just like, are we really going to have a pissing contest over this? It's just, I'm happy, you're happy. Like, let's just go get a beer and not talk about, I don't know. But that's just how it is.
One cool thing, if you look at the video, like click on the video link or whatever. Not this. You don't have to watch the video. Just click on the actual video. Like, you know what I mean?
Like this?
No. Yeah, kind of.
This.
Okay, if you scroll down, there's this there's this bot in there. Okay, well, young Bill Gates, that's me. But so no, there's this bot, this attorney bot that basically it takes whatever. Yes, right there. That is one of the coolest things I saw out of this. Ace Attorney, if you've never played those games,
I
right?
haven't, but I have a friend who's played a lot.
Yes. So it just goes underneath all of the comments or whatever. And it just each witness and stuff like that.
This is actually amazing.
It is. It's the best thing. It's absolutely amazing.
This is really cool. That's awesome. But yeah, Dirtbirds also went pretty crazy. I don't remember which Ethereum person, but 515.
It's those guys.
Same
Those
people.
guys all got into it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The floor went from I think 360 to 515 rather quick.
Yeah, they were even before that. I think derps were at like 90 or something before the very first pump.
Pretty
like
close.
A week ago.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks,
you
whatever
can
it
get
was.
dirt birds like derp cheap. But
cheap.
they're updating the art. Do you know who the artist is that's updating the art?
Yeah, we spoke about it last Monday.
Cosmo, who's absolutely amazing. So he's updating the art. Pendulums, yeah.
Yeah, these made a little bit of a comeback too.
They did, yeah.
Like 10 nothing crazy.
He's doing the art for the new Dirtbirds, and they released like a sneak peek, and man, it looks great. It does. It really looks great. Dirt Babes.
The drapes.
These even went up a little bit.
Do you own any drapes?
I did. Yeah.
You sold them?
Did I sold them a while back. I got them for like 40. I ended up selling them for like 70.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Not bad.
And then that was it.
Yeah, I think I just bought 2 or 3. I don't remember when, but the floor was definitely not up here. I just figured, Dirtbirds are one of those projects that's been here for a while. They're continuing to build, so they're low. I'm just going to buy a few and not think twice.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do with them, but I don't know. Derps.
That's Derps. They're going to be doing something.
Yeah. Well, this is what I mean.
What about the Preds?
You don't need to be a smart investor. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're going to do, but it's Derps.
Yeah. What about Preds?
Derp Preds. Boom. Yeah, these are up a bit. 325. It's pretty crazy. These look really cool too.
They still went up.
Yeah, this art, in my opinion, doesn't need to be redone. So I hope they don't redo it. And if they do, like, I'm cool with Cosmo's rendition for whatever he does.
Yeah, his rendition would be pretty badass.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, in all honesty, I don't think any of the collection needs it, but it is what it is. I'll gladly accept it.
He'll make it look really fancy, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
And he's not like redoing the whole thing. He's just going to take those traits that you have and clear it up a little bit.
Okay.
Like, you can't complain about that. That's great.
Yeah. No, definitely not a complaint. Cosmo's the homie. But what other one? We had Animalions, Phoenix Arena. So Animalions has the chosen ones. And these allowed you to mint for a discount as well. I believe it was 75 ADA. And then they have some cool thing with their, let me find it in the Discord. It's like a raffle that they're doing.
Right.
And it's for people who are trying to get tuition or any sort of payments on schooling. So I think that's really cool. And they were going to do 8,888 and they cut it in half. So
right.
That's nice. So this is actually today that they're minting.
Right. And so, yeah, they're going strictly through JPEG. So I minted a couple just to give a JPEG like a whirl as far as the mantling minting service goes. And dude, they were actually really good.
Yeah.
Like the mint went through really, really smooth. It was really fast. What's up, Ninja?
What's up, Ninja? But yeah, there's I'm not gonna be able to find it, but essentially you get to be drawn in this raffle, and if you win it, you have to be willing to be doxxed but you can send them like your payment for that month. So they'll pay one of your student loan bills for that month.
That's pretty legit.
Yeah. And if you don't want to do that, you can also choose to give it to somebody else.
Okay.
And if you don't want to do that and you just want the money, then you can take an 18% fee of that money, which, thinking about it, maybe it would have to be set at a set rate, because I can tell you my student loan debt is probably a higher, percent than somebody else's, and somebody else's is going to be higher than mine. So I wonder how that's going to work. But
well, I will say this, like I think if I were to win it, I would give you the student loan payment or whatever.
let's go.
So you don't have to worry about that. Mine are paid off, so I'm good. Yeah, it's more about
Appreciate
you at
you,
this
homie.
point.
Hell yeah, man. 60K, baby. Let's get rid of it one day.
Dude, just play the lottery once a week or something, you know? That's it.
Man.
Pray for the best.
Yeah, nah. I don't need to pray. I just buy clay. I'll just wait.
That's it.
Clay,
You got it.
Clay will provide.
Which is crazy. I thought for sure like the ETH people would have gotten into clay. That would have been a no-brainer, but I guess they don't necessarily like art of it.
They don't like the art of clay?
No, I don't think so.
Well, they'll like it once, some cool things start happening, I think.
I mean, cool shit has already happened, bro. Like,
well,
what do you mean?
Yes, but actually we didn't go check out. Cool shit's been happening, but I mean, once the metaverse, you can go into it, and then let's say there's a Snoop Dogg concert. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like true. that is some extra cool shit.
That's true.
The pitches
for my bitches. Underworld is good. Big Nation, there we go. Now audio.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay, so it's this one.
Yeah.
Can we show it, or will I get demonetized?
I don't
care. I don't care. I'm gonna show it.
I don't think you'll get demonetized.
Man,
it's like your shit.
Monetization, I make like $1 a video. I'm gonna show it.
Okay.
I'm gonna risk my $1.
All right, risking everything for you guys.
Yeah. Okay. So first up, I have to do. Can I change it? No. All right. So I have to stop screen, go to share screen, go to audio, go back in, and then you can hear this, yeah?
I can't hear anything. So somebody was like, kind of weird. They thought that Snoop was going to be on the actual songs, but I guess he is not.
You don't hear this?
I can hear that.
Okay.
It's low, but I can hear it.
You hear it, or is it too low?
I can.
Okay.
It's snowing in this bitch. I see Anna Essa. I stay ready with machete on my dresser. I feel like Prince when she let me dress her. What size car you drive? What flavor house you want? Bought the bitch a crypto punk. And
for a chilled calm?
I feel like dirt. I didn't pop the perk. And I ain't letting shit slide. Blicky on my side. Medici Enterprise. $1 billion and some fries. 5 guys fly. Just one bitch with me. I'm like Bobby and she with me. Hair run pressed. Just a little flex. She trapping in a Lexus. That bitch be with the extras. She got her titties down. 5K or 6 or something. In her big bopped. And her mama pop shit. Daddy get out the mouth. Showed her MetaMask ledger in a cold wallet. A NFT she bought it. I heard she got a son. I see she took a gun, but she been having fun. Now her BD on the run. I've been getting money with my little Mija. She from Bogota, she like Justin Bieber. It's snowing in this bitch, I see Anna Essa. I stay ready with machete on my dresser. I feel like Prince when she let me dress her. What size car you drive? What flavor house you want? Bought the bitch a crypto punk, and it still wasn't enough. I feel like dirt, I didn't pop the perk. And I ain't letting shit slide. Blicky on my side. Medici Enterprise. $1 billion and some fries. 5 guys fly. It's one bitch with me. I'm like Bobby and she with me.
Panic and I'm showing on when it's seen on my wrist. Call me seldom when it's cold out. I'm seeing they like shit. I'm froze down, I'm froze down. Atlantis, I'm with ice. I'm cashed out. My teller was it. I tell everybody flexing. No flexing. Tell everybody no flexing. I'm flexing. Gotta tell everybody easy. Shit. Tell everybody easy. Shit.
Yeah, isolate the beat and make your own verse.
Isolate the. Yeah, we can do that. You know, I don't know. I'd have to listen to it a few more times to have a full opinion on it. Didn't love it. Definitely didn't hate it. Just kind of somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, okay, it's on there.
Yeah.
I got you.
What is this one? Is it not pulling up? Is it the same one? I don't know.
Maybe on the Underworld?
Hold up, though. You have Kevin. What's up, Kevin? He says there's a raffle going on as we speak for a Chill Kong.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Are you in that raffle right now?
Oh. They have to be, you know what I mean?
I'll give you time to do that while I search up for this medium, because that was the small. So
Okay.
each small, medium, and large have their own, but they're always the same for the smalls, always the same for the medium. So let's go check out medium. Dang, these are all the way down to 350.
What
I remember
is
when the mediums were like 1,200.
bear market, brother?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to tell you.
Shout outs to you, Kevin. This song's devoted to you.
Stand tall through it all. Yeah, Cardano in my wallet, drugs in my system. I got them both, don't pick one. I'm the one, so she the two. Match me like a zebra do. Cheetah fur on all my roofs. Lion King, I know the rules. Don't fuck with me or my bread. 88 dreams when I go to bed. Champ on the move, I sweep the floor with the broom. I said 88 dreams when I go to bed. When I go to bed, dream on my crypto with green. Dollar signs in between. Picture is small at times it's seen. Check rule force with one C. Check Medici and lead. Check Medici and lead. Dream on my crypto with green. Dollar signs in between. Picture is small at times it's seen. Check rule force with one C.
Shit.
Check Medici and lead. Check Medici and lead. Check Medici and lead.
Crep don't last forever, cut. It's crep, cut. Like crep. No, I mean, I think it was a beautiful industry that was created. I feel like every great industry has a downfall. There's always a depression in every industry you can look at. Alcohol, tobacco, clothing, food, every industry that you can imagine. But they all made a certain incline when the industry got back right. And I just feel like it's weeded out.
Okay.
All the people
I got it.
to be in that space and all the people who were abusing the opportunities that were there, and now it's going to bring on great business and moving forward. When the market gets back right, it'll only be great things that pick and choose from.
Damn, that's cool.
Okay, that's a good point too. In all honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, just maybe have to listen to it a few more times. I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just a start. I don't know how you would have like a hit, be on an NFT. I don't know if that's possible, but obviously that's what I'm praying for. Like I'm praying to hear this. Maybe the large will bring it out for me, but I want to hear something where I'm like, oh, that's that shit. You know what I mean? Like I want to like bump it in my car.
Right.
You know, like this is like something I would show some crypto homies and we'd be like, dude, it's so cool. They're talking about crypto, but like, you know, to the normal person, they're gonna be like, what's crypto? Like, why is he rapping about crypto? And then to the people that don't know that Snoop Dogg actually, you know, I think he created his own NFTs for Death Row. You know, like they might think that it's just a sham and that he's just trying to follow, you know, this trend, but like they're both really about it, Snoop and his son.
Right.
So, you know,
I think where you have stuff bumping in your car, I feel like that's where you would come in. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Just get some.
I mean,
Kevin said the same thing.
It's already demonetized. Let me play something for you.
It's demonetized.
Well, it might be. I don't care if it is or not at this point. You know what I'm saying? I already told you guys that I wanted to have a stream where I showed some of my music, and I knew it was going to be demonetized because I use free beats, so they're not like royalty, you know. So I can't do any of that. But no, it's all good. You know. Let's see if I can find something. Music. You want me to show the song that I showed you the other day?
Of course.
Okay, cool. Some of them are bad, so. All right, is this? I think
some of them are bad.
I mean, hey, that's music in general.
Are bad.
That's music in general, to be honest. All right.
No, it's fine.
Can you hear this?
Dude, I made it through mumble rap, dude. Don't even worry about it.
Can you hear that or no?
No, I can't.
Can you hear this?
I can hear that a little bit. Yeah.
You can hear this?
Turn up.
No?
Turn it up.
Turn it up?
Yeah.
Is this good?
A little bit.
Classic.
That's it. That's it.
All right. An Atlanick original.
Oh shit.
Making take after take while I'm talking. See me on the screen, motherfucker, I've been doxing. Taking shots at me while you acting toxic. I'm not always right, motherfuckers got an option. Why you always blaming me, bitch, for your action? Just document my life, bitch, for my passion. No one said do this shit, now I'm laughing. People's mind nowadays, shit, they be lacking. Said it to your face, little bitch, do your own thing. Copied on my moves, pointless assets, what you owning. Held through the pain, got my gains, now I'm owning. Where's the energy now, bitch, better hone it. I'm making music right now while you boning. Say shit to my face, little bitch, acting phony. You just fucking mad, spoiled bitch, got a pony. Now you getting schooled in a rap and I'm bony. Switching up the pace, little bitch. This is fucking time, change the weight, I get rich. I'm not buying nothing, all these are disgusting. Bigger picture is all you bastards started dumping. How's it my fault that the price isn't great? I told you understand, why you still holding 8? I told you I would flip it, so why you throw a big bit? There's royalties here, not here by mistake. They want us to flip it, so stop with your bitch. And the mind's getting rich, and only if you listen. Watch me, don't copy, sometimes I've been sloppy. Who won't admit that? Probably you, so sit back. Make it take after take while I'm talking. See me on the screen, motherfucker, I've been doxing. Taking shots at me while you acting toxic. I'm not always right, motherfuckers got an option. Why you always blaming me, bitch, for your action? Just document my life, bitch, for my passion. No one said do this shit, now I'm laughing. People's mind nowadays, shit, they be lacking. Said it to your face, little bitch, do your own thing. Copied on my moves, pointless assets, what you owning. Held through the pain, got my gains, now I'm owning. Where's the energy now, bitch, better hone it. I'm making music right now while you boning. Say shit to my face, little bitch, acting phony. You just fucking mad, spoiled bitch, got a pony. Now you getting schooled in a rap and I'm bony.
See, that's good.
Appreciate it, homie.
See, that's good. I like that. I like that. And that was just basically about like people blaming you for fucking shit going down.
Yeah, it was like, it's from the perspective of like a YouTuber who people are like mad, you know, that they listened to you and you were wrong, basically.
Right. Yeah, no, I get it. No, it's good. But I told you when I heard that the other night, I was like, this is it. That's the good one.
Appreciate it, homie. Appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you, homie. Yeah, man. Rap is just something I do on the side for fun, you know? And when I get like stressed out or whatever, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just throwing a beat for a minute and just let loose.
Yeah. I definitely appreciate it. That's for sure. I mean, as long as you can keep your creative juices flowing, I mean, that's pretty much what it's all about, you know.
Yeah.
I've been struggling a little bit with that just because of the whole like no job sort of deal. This is like the first time I've been like, here's the problem is like I could get a job, I could accept one of the offers I got now, but I don't think I would be very happy with it. You know what I mean? See, now that's dope, dude.
These
I
ones
love
are really cool. The larges are probably the coolest animation.
Yeah,
It's really short too, but I think it looks the best.
it does. It looks the best. It's the most like Snoop.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, that'll be a crazy day when Snoop doesn't have a bored ape, and if he has a clay, you know what I mean?
I don't think he'll ever ditch the board ape. You know what
I
I
don't think
mean?
so either.
Because that was like one of the original ones, and a lot of celebrities kind of band together, like came together over those. You know?
Well, but that's the thing. Okay, so did they actually band together, or were they offered money? You know what I'm saying?
Mm. That's a good point.
Because like there's some people it just doesn't make any sense. Like NBA players, fine, that's whatever. You know, that makes sense. Eminem having one probably doesn't make sense.
I think it does make sense though, because he's so connected with so many people. Like,
Em's not like that though, you know. Snoop, I could understand. Em, not so much.
I don't know, man.
Dude, and Eminem and Snoop had beef.
They did. And then, you know, I was thinking like maybe there's like some conspiracy out there where that's why they came together, because they both did a collab deal. So they had to do their then collab, you know, NFT video, and maybe they got paid buku bucks to do that. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
They definitely made bank off of it. But, you know, like they're already like super rich. Like they don't have to be bought out. I mean, I know people still do it all the time, constantly. I mean, you're doing, you know, NFL players are doing commercials and, you know, all that sort of thing. So it's just another thing like that. But
Right.
I don't know.
And so that brings up my next question. So it's like, so we're talking in the space and we were like, well, we need to find one project to get behind. Like the literally entire community needs to get behind. And it seems like there's like a little bit of pushback from even Clay's, right?
Well, I know the biggest negative thing I heard so far was just that they were mad that when they spoke with, you know, Snoop, Champ, and Charles, that they didn't make them talk about the project. That was like the worst thing that I heard as far as like community hate towards Clay.
Right. And I was just like, I was like, well, do we have that project? I don't think we do, you know, which still makes me kind of think like, okay, that project is still out there. Either it hasn't been created yet or something. You know what I mean? Because Clay's to me is the only thing coming close to that. You know, people are saying like Ape Society. I don't see it.
That was my other thought, because Ape Society hasn't seen Extreme FUD yet or an Extreme Dip, you know?
Right.
So it's between, in my opinion, Ape Society and Clay right now.
Now people are saying that Boss Cat is wash trading right now.
I mean, that's what they've been doing. Why would that surprise anybody?
I don't know. I just wanted to talk about.
Yeah, no. I just don't think it's like a big deal until people announce that it's a big deal. Like people didn't care that it happened early on, you know, and now the project's starting to fall, and they're doing it with, or at least people are saying they're doing it with their other collection. And it's like, well, if you didn't have a problem with it then, why do you have a problem with it now?
Why is it now, right?
Right. Like, is it because we're in a bear market and other projects are falling?
Clay hasn't dipped.
Mad that yours isn't.
It hasn't moved, but it hasn't dipped.
Yeah, Clay's. Where were they? They're down a little bit.
Not.
Because,
I mean, dude, 200 ADA to them is like nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they peaked at what, 3,200?
I think so. That was like that seems like forever ago.
That was like 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not horrible. It's definitely not. It's just
no.
Yeah, and there's only one here, and then we're right back to 25.70.
Right, and you got a pretty good deal on the one that you got. Like that was good. It's a nice looking clay. It's nice looking clay too.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. The cyan background I think is like a 3,000 floor. So when I undercut him an extra like 200, I only did it because I was like, you know, I just want a deal right now. If I don't get it, I already have all my clays, so screw it. And he just took it. So I was like,
that one looks more like you than your actual PFP.
Maybe. You might be right.
Listen, refresh that and let's see.
It's never going to hold up. I just got to open it up in pool. I don't know why. I know. I'm going to lag even more. Bop.
Yeah, that's more like you in real life.
Yeah. I mean, if you can imagine, if you can use your imagination, that the cap, you know, on my dude in the top right, if you can just imagine that there's a bunch of hair, luscious hair under there.
Nope. This is you. This is
yeah. You. Yeah, the unibrow and everything, bro. It's like
I don't know about the unibrow, but
yeah. I liked that he had a little companion right here too. The little
toady, yeah.
Sticking his tongue out, angry about something.
That is pretty cool though. I do like that.
Yeah. I'm just a huge fan of the cyan backgrounds, and the toad really sold it after that. So I was like, yep,
that's it. That's the one.
Yep.
So yeah, I think you did good on that one. Good job.
Appreciate it. And I know we got clapped. Oh my god! As soon as we bought that
that Kong.
That Kong, yeah.
That's it. Dude, look at the floor on Kongs.
It's like 1,050 or something.
Absolutely awful.
Okay, so it bounced 100 data. Not too bad. It's still very low.
It's not bad. It's still very low. I'm not pleased at all, to be quite honest.
You know, I actually, because I watched Blake CNFT's video on it, and the way that he explained some of the FUD behind it, I don't remember exactly what it was, but he said something, and I was like, you know, I really think these are actually going to dip a bit more. And then they continued to hold for a few days, and then they held for like another week, and I was like, you know, maybe I was a little wrong. And then they did what they did recently.
And then you realized you were right.
Yeah.
And it was bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. But they have a new sneak peek, which is actually looks really nice.
Is it on Twitter?
Yeah, it should be on Twitter.
I mean, their art was never the problem, right? It's just this FUD. People bought it hook, line, and sinker, and they seem to be selling off.
25K. That dude has a new rep. There's that. He's got fish in his chest.
This came out 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
This looks sick.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why, but that looks so cool to me.
I know. The art is fucking flawless. Like young Bill Gates again commenting. Can you believe this?
Oh man, look at that guy. He's like gotta get a life or something.
Man. And that dude is that guy who tweeted. He's the owner of Eden.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Soul. He owns some Kongs. So
Solana just partnered with another blockchain too to do something. I don't remember what it was, but it was just a headline. I didn't get to click on it, but it was Solana partnered with another blockchain most recently.
So one thing I am jealous of is an analytics tool that ETH has. With the ganja hat and stuff, and all the shrooms around it. That looks pretty dope. Same thing. But yeah, so yeah, I think one of the things that I wish we had was an analytics tool to where you could browse people's PFPs, right, to see how many PFPs in the community are using one particular project's art, you know, to see how many holders there are that are active and like really vibrant in the community and like rocking the PFPs, right?
So you mean like to see how many people on Twitter are rocking a specific?
Yes.
Now, do you mean for that, like a specific project or a specific NFT of that project?
For specific project.
Okay.
not a specific NFT, but a specific project. Like, so you can
That would
see
be
how
cool.
many, you can see how many people have a Clay Nation PFP, right? And
Yeah.
the only way that you could do that is if you got into like the analytics of, I forget what it's called. It's on Twitter, like NFT identity or something like that. And so they basically, or NFT, something close to that. I don't think that's it, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
But basically, uh, they can basically give you the hexagon or not on Twitter, right? And then what happens is sorry, what they did on
You're good.
you put the hexagon on Twitter to where you're like a verified user or verified holder of that project. And so it'd be really
Okay.
easy to take the analytics of it, right? And see how many people have that as their PFP. That's one thing I would like to see us have. Just more.
That brings up another idea. I have this amazing idea that is slightly depressing, but it's okay. All right, here it is. Here it is. We need wills for our NFTs. What if I die? I don't want my NFTs to just sit in a wallet that my parents don't know about and nobody in my family can claim them.
Right.
I don't know how we would do this. I was thinking of maybe an NFT or no, not an NFT, but maybe something like an ADA handle, you know, and you could connect that to somebody else's ADA handle and, you know, maybe, or even a wallet address to a wallet address, you know, like if I pass or whatever and it's written in, maybe we would have to use link, like chain link, to look at the data to make sure that I actually am dead and not like, you know, somebody spoofing it.
Right.
You know, but I think it's very possible. And I think this is 100% needed.
I mean, it's possible. I feel like that's an extreme like measure. I feel like your own living will and testament should handle that, you know.
But how will these people know what my full wallet, you know, passphrase is? Even if I wanted them to have it, they'd need to find
first of all,
that.
you're supposed to write those down. Okay.
Well, yes. But I don't know what I'm gonna pass, right? And I don't want to just like tell my dad or whoever, like maybe I don't trust my family like that, even though I want to lend it to him, you know.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Keep this in my safe, you know. And just like 3 days later, no, where'd all my JPEGs go?
Yeah. I got it. No, but it's like, so you write it down, right? Somebody finds it one day or whatever. They wonder like, oh, what is this for? You know, then wrap it in a bag. This is the seed phrase. This is, you know, my hardware wallet, right?
But again, that's like assuming a perfect scenario. You know, what if, you know, douchebag brother finds it? What if, you know, cousin Willie, who's you know, he's been mooching off the family for forever, he finds it, you know?
That would be rough because then they would have to know like what exactly it is. And then 2, on top of that, like the instructions on what to do and how to liquidate it.
Exactly.
Right? So
like,
I feel
that's
like
why
it's
I think
a
it
lot
should
of
be
hoops
automatic. Like through a smart contract.
For those people to jump through.
Yeah. But, you know, if you knew anything about NFTs, you're going to have a wallet. You're going to know how to liquidate. You're going to know all of that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's that many people, right?
Right, but in the future, there should be, you know,
right.
or all of us here are wasting our time if that's not the case.
Right, which is scary. Even more scary than dying. So, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought about it the other day, and I was like, this needs to be a thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it could be.
But I don't know how. Maybe we're not there yet, but I mean, we're definitely not there yet. But yeah, definitely something to think about. If anybody has any solutions or whatever,
don't do anything dangerous. Okay. I let my wife know. You know, I was like, here's where my seed phrase is. Here's my wallet. Blah 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 blah. This is what you have to do, right? And so,
right.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, so I made a video on Apex Kingdom most recently. Had an amazing discussion with one of their co-founders. Awesome
Right.
kid. His parents actually, I believe, owned a hedge fund or some sort of like big investment firm. His grandfather and his dad, and they taught him how to trade at a super young age. So just talking with him back and forth was so fun because I love trading.
Right.
But anyways, so I covered their project, and their art is so freaking cool, dude. Look at this.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
It's one of their apex predators. So they have 10 of them, and one of all of the 10 will be the like the king. So there's a king lion, a king cobra. I don't know if it's called a king. I'm drawing a blank on it, but basically like the best of the best.
Right.
And yeah, I'm giving away 10 whitelist spots. If anybody is interested over on Twitter, all you got to do is like and retweet. There are not many people who have done it, so you're guaranteed to win, basically. And then there was one other one. Also, this art looks really cool.
Yeah, the art does look pretty cool in that one. I do like that.
Yeah. I just had to retweet that one. That one's fire. But also for Roku Noru, who is minting next week, they have some really cool art. They're doing some cool things. Not many people have liked and retweeted this one either. This one ends in 48 hours. Just did it today. So if anybody's interested, free whitelist spots.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Plug it.
Plug.
Plug. Get that plug.
But yeah, man, anything that you wanted to cover that we didn't go over, any NFT projects you've been looking at, anything super cheap you've been thinking about buying, scooping up?
Only thing I thought about was kind of like maybe another Kong, but then it was just kind of like, I just want to wait to see what happens. Like, that's it. I just want to wait to see what happens. I feel like me just holding on to 8 at this point is probably the smartest solution. Like, to be quite honest with you, I don't feel comfortable in the market just yet. Like, I don't exactly. I'm going to wait for the hard fork to happen, see what happens, and then go from there. Something we covered, like, should we drop the C in CNFTs? Or
I have thought about that before, and I know a lot of people, like, they don't call them SNFTs, they don't call them ENFTs.
Right.
So eventually, yes, it is nice when I tweet that I can do hashtag CNFT and tweet exactly to everybody who wants to know, rather than just blanket, throwing it out to every NFT, person. So that's cool, but I don't know. It is just an NFT, and eventually, it's kind of like segregation. We don't really want to be separate, but we make it a very big point that we are separate from ETH and Solana, which has to be talked about a little bit because we need people to understand that you can't send from certain wallets. But it's not beyond that. After that, they're all NFTs. It's just on a different blockchain.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know where we go. I don't know if it ever happens. I think eventually probably it'll happen, but really not sure.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do in the space, to be quite honest with you right now. I'm just kind of like trudging through it right now. I'm trying to figure out real life shit. And so unfortunately, which is super boring and super dull. But I'm hoping that this next interview goes well. This is kind of like the company that I really want to get with, and kind of build with and go from there. I would happily accept a position here, but if not, oh well, I have backups. And then it's getting close to crunch time. So I've alerted every single one of these people that, hey, come the 6th, I have to go out to Vegas. So either we can start after the 6th, we can start on the 10th, or just know if you hire me right now, I will be gone the 6th through the 10th, and just have that be that. Right. So yeah.
Very
other
fair.
than that, just going out to Vegas and looking forward to that. I hope I get to meet some people there, obviously. Sure.
No, there's going to be a bunch of people
there's going to be a bunch of projects and people there. I know that, you know, I've already scheduled like meetups with people and other things like that, which is going to be pretty dope. But yeah, other than that, it's just, dude, it's me at my house, you know, kind of out for a little while, which is not great.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I need to.
Feeling the same.
I have this drive to do stuff, you know, and I want to complete things and do things, you know. But, yeah. I've
been going around and you know, applying to a few places too. I'm thinking about, you know, trying to get a part-time job somewhere just to, you know, help pay the bills. But ultimately, my parents do plan on moving, and I'm going to be moving with them to the Lake Lanier house. So, but you know, up there, there's very wealthy people. So I know that there's a lot of people up there that need like small stuff done that they pay pretty decently for, like just like walking the dogs. Like they need a dog walker.
Right.
They're just like rich people who like to stay at their house and then, you know, go off and do stuff. So they just need like dogs taken care of. They need house watching, you know, lawns mowed, pools cleaned. Like, bro, I'm living up there. Like I'm gonna solicit myself everywhere and be like, yo, I can do everything.
Do it.
Know? Like, one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? I'll clean your pool. I'll stay at your house. I'll eat your food, and I'll walk your dog. You know,
yeah,
like
that's the way to do it, man. You got the right idea.
And I'll buy a laptop and I'll record all my videos in random houses every day.
Yeah,
and it'll be great.
Look at this mansion. Just subscribe to my YouTube. You could be in a mansion.
I started YouTube 1 year ago, and look at where I am.
It's like
my accents are horrible.
What's his name? What's his name? What was his name?
Who?
Ty Lopez. Have you ever?
Super familiar.
Dude, you've seen Ty Lopez. He would always record those videos, and he was like, I'm in here with my Lamborghinis.
Oh,
yes.
I parodied his video in like one of my early videos.
Yeah.
I'm here with my Lamborghini 420, or no, it was 69 420 Blaze It.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a motorcycle.
Dude, I loved those videos because it was like, dude, if I have to suffer through one of this guy's 15-second intro, I'm gonna die. Like, it was so bad. And he was like, you want to read like me? You know, this, that, and the other. And then he tried to release an NFT, and it bombed so bad. Like, it was terrible.
You know, in all honesty, every single big celebrity has been blowing it. Like, they have all of these massive opportunities to do cool things. Celebrities are getting sued. And then the other thing is, too, this was like stemming a doxing conversation. And people were like, I don't care about doxing. I know who, let's just for an example, I know who Britney Spears is. Like, but I still lost all my money on her NFT, you know, and it's happening a lot.
Yeah. So, celebrities aren't the way to go. Like, I feel like these people want a disconnect from the real world.
I don't think they know what an NFT is. I think they're getting hit up by people who help manage them, and they're like, you can make money doing this. And they're just like, what do I have to do? And they're just like, nothing. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they find out that, no, you're supposed to do stuff, and they're just like sidetracked and whatever.
Yeah, like look at Manny Pacquiao. He was on the Pac-Man Cardano Fight Club, whatever the hell it was. Like, he don't show the project. Dude, what does he do?
I don't think they fully understand it. I don't think they know it's a community. I don't think they know that people are here like wanting to talk to you, wanting to see you, wanting to have interaction of some sort, maybe backstage passes. I don't think these celebrities understand that.
Like, you know who I think would be successful? Post Malone. Post Malone drops an NFT and is like, you get one-on-one time, like a 30-minute call or something like that, or, you know, a custom video for somebody's birthday or like whatever. Bro, people would eat that shit up.
Yeah.
But nobody does that. Dude, the only person that does that is Gary V with V Friends or whatever. But even then, I don't think it's personal. I feel like it's you're included into this alpha group society or whatever. And then, you know, whatever happens, right? When you get access to his alpha knowledge about the industry or whatever. I think
he's made some really big plays, so I could see the enticement, but at least he understands, you know, like he knows what he's doing. And the people who bought into that project, I think they're up, no?
I think they are. Yeah.
I think they are. I really don't.
I want to say they are, because there's been 2 seasons, I want to say.
Okay. V Friend, was that? Open C. I don't know what they minted for, so this may be pointless. But the friends. 5.46 floor. Oh, this is. I didn't actually know how they looked. This isn't it, is it?
That's his. Yeah, he
These are
draws.
them? This is it.
Yeah, that's his drawing.
That's fine. I didn't know what to expect. I'm a little taken back. That's all. No, I mean it's fine.
You don't like that? The grizzly bear?
I just didn't know what to expect.
What about the
I expected
what about the
something.
llama down there?
Look, I've said this
alpaca?
I've said this a million times. I don't really care about art at all. I think all of this comes from utility. You know, if you have a cool utility, then I'm gonna buy it. Like you can give me a blank thing, you know, or just the background, and you tell me that you're gonna give me access to whatever. It's like if that access is gonna help me a lot, then of course I'm gonna do it.
I got an Ethereum free mint. It cost me $2 in gas. Okay, so I got it super cheap. It's called Merge Machines.
Hold up. You said Solana Maxi over here. What's a good project to ape into? So
on Solana?
I'm assuming you're talking about for Cardano, right? I'm assuming you're saying you're a Solana Maxi, but you want to know my opinion on a good Cardano project. I know we're looking at OpenSea right now, but this is mainly Cardano, so I just want to double check. But if we are talking about Cardano, I mean, my absolute favorite is Clay. Clay is the way for me.
It's like a higher entry point, but it's honestly the most stable one you can get into, right? So it's like
wanted concept. Okay, yeah. I really don't know I don't know why when Ethereum people come over here, why they ape into different projects and they haven't aped into Clay too much. But Clay is, probably the most prestigious, other than Space Buds. But Space Buds recently had a bunch of FUD that shot their price down, and we're not sure if they're going to recover yet. So the second best in line was Clay. So right now they're kind of having that battle of who's going to win out. And even so, even if Clay is second best, it's still building a lot. They partnered with Champ Medici and Snoop Dogg, and that's what we were looking at earlier. I don't know if you were here for that, but they have their lands called pitches, and they just recently updated their metadata for all of their baked nations, which is the land that's combined with Snoop Dogg and Champ Medici. So you can go in there and you can go to their audio files. So they just added this today, and you can listen to the music. I'm not going to play it again. We listened to it earlier, but they have music for each one. So there's a different one for the smalls, different one for the medium, and different one for the larges. So there's a bit going on with this project.
Every time you play that, you should dub your song over it. So it's like, listen to this.
Take while I'm talking.
So for real, I'm pretty sure that's what your name means or whatever. FRFR. I think Clay Nation is a great project to get into. Number one, they have the connection with Snoop and Champ is really big.
As well as Good Charlotte. I don't want to forget about
that. And they were also with Good Charlotte. I personally like the Good Charlotte Clays art-wise more than the original. I think they look cleaner and I vibe with it a little bit better. But I mean, you do you, boo. That's kind of what we do. And also the entry point. I mean, you could buy 3 clays for the price of 1. Now, if we're talking resale or whatever, which let's face it, everybody wants to make a little bit of a bag here. Okay, let's not fake the funk on that. You will have a easier time selling a Clay Nation more so than a Good Charlotte, I would say.
Probably. Yeah.
But
again, there's 7 million on the volume, so that's not saying that it's rough.
It's still
just going to be
still
easier.
moves. Yeah. Right. So, and then they have the other stuff. They have like the pitches and stuff like that. So if you're looking to make some money, I can tell you that Clay Nation is probably going to be your best bet. But you're going to have to hold it a little bit, I would say.
Right.
Now, short-term money, I mean, I don't know. It's rough because people are like Dirt Birds, Ape Society, Chilled Kongs are on a dip right now, but I think they might even go up a little bit higher because of the shrooms, right? But Ape Society, it went from, I think, 1785 today to now 1899 is the floor. And so I do like these. I don't necessarily follow the project too much.
Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to Chronic about that one.
To Chronic. Chronic's a big Ape Society. He's also a big equine guy.
Yeah, I gotta shout out Chronic, bro. For real, you should go follow this guy too. Daily Chronicles. Let me see if I can find his YouTube channel. CNFT. Yeah, Daily Chronicles. This guy right here.
He's funny.
He covers equine. I mean, he covers everything, but his main things are equine and Ape Society. So if you really want to dig deep into those, definitely follow Chronicles. And also, the equines are one of my favorite, and I do own a lot of horses. And to me, a lot is like 10, but to other people, a lot is like 50 or 100.
That's an insane amount. 10 horses is insane.
For me, it is. But
for anybody, I think
290 floor. There was a dude who the other day, I think it was a few weeks ago, he saw, I guess this is the rumor or the true story, but he saw his sister riding some horses and he got inspired and he came in here and he just bought 50 of them.
50 of them. Yeah. I think we broke that on stream. I was like, dude, he just bought 52 of these horses.
Yeah.
In honor of his sister. And that was like, she's still living, bro. Like, she's fine. He went to one of the shows and wanted a bunch of horses afterwards. And, you know, if you look at the stuff that they're offering, like people are comparing it to like Zedrun or whatever on Ethereum. It's not. So Zedrun was not great. You know, the graphics and other things that have been presented for equine are
to a betting match where you bet on the horse and when you win, you get that bag. Kind of. So with this project, they're actually not built or building the betting built into it. So, but they did say that they will let other projects build a betting platform and allow you to bet on these races, but they're not building that within their ecosystem. And let me explain a little bit more. So each horse has its own data. So it has its own speed, agility, endurance, acceleration, and stamina. And all of this will play a factor into the race. And then there's a total stats if you add all of these up. So I don't know what that is, but let's say it's like 115-ish, which probably is. So you'll race against horses probably between 110 and 120 total level. And then other horses you'll race between 121 to 141 or something like that. And so you're always racing within a bracket, so it's fair. But you can also breed these horses, and the traits will, you know, be recessive or dominant. I'm not sure how all the breeding is going to work, but and then also certain traits like the back right leg or the mane or the color of it. All of that's going to play into a factor with breeding. So this game has a lot of variation as far as what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, that boy lacking the stamina. Lacking the stamina. So yeah, I like equine. I did. I liked equine a lot. You know, I figured I would always be able to get back in. At 290, it's kind of like an easy entry point. But again, like I said, I think Clay is your best bet as far as long term. Hold this project. It'll go. It'll moon, dude. It'll be one of the big ones for sure. That'll stand the test of time. Other than that, I mean, people got into Dirt Birds. There were some people in ETH. They do.
They don't.
Okay. No,
I was going to say they don't have a native token yet, but I do believe they will, right?
I believe so. And then they offer ADA right now for like the beta version, I guess you'd say, of their races or whatever. You can win. But again, it's all the beta version right now. But yeah, this is like legit like a horse track.
There should be some information coming out towards the end of October, though.
Yeah,
So,
because this is set to launch, I think, in December.
yep.
So yeah.
Yep. So there could be some hype leading into this.
But they've been working on it for over a year now.
Yeah, they minted last December. So
Right.
this will be their 1-year anniversary coming up.
And so, and it's done by a guy in the space, really well respected. His name's Faja. And, he's released NFTs. He's one of the grandfathers of Cardano NFTs. He's a whale. Like, there's whale status, then there's Faja status. And so, Faja is like unbeatable in the space. One of the most respected people, obviously, in the space.
This is Faja's wallet, which he is very open about. Only 2,500 ADA, but like go through and you can see. And these, aren't recommendations to buy. Some of the stuff he buys just to buy. Like he doesn't need to worry, but you can see it's quite a bit. This guy is quite the investor.
Well, this is just one of, like, this is not his main wallet, but okay, so if you go up, just go up. See that berry right there on the left-hand side? That right there is like a 45,000, I would say, ADA.
It was the very first NFT ever minted on Cardano.
Yeah, so the floor is like 65. The last one sold for how much? Go to the activity.
85K 4 months ago.
85,000.
And I think that was bought by a DAO, correct?
I think so. I mean, there were obviously more sales on CNFT.io, but this was the last sale, was 85,000. Barry's kind of like a historical, came out way before Space Buds, way before anything else in the space.
Yeah.
And it's done by Alessandro, who is a insane developer in the space, one of the I would say top developers in the space. I know people don't get into tech that much or whatever, but definitely a guy who's very, very well respected. Dead Pixels.
Oh, Dead Pixels too.
Dead Pixels are pretty good.
It's been a minute since I've heard something about them, to be honest.
Well, they just came out with their Ding token.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So 1,300 is a very reasonable price. This used to be at like 24. I want to say the floor was like 2,400. So they're building a game. They had one of the best minting experiences I've ever had, and most unique one in the space. And it was great. I loved it. You could see exactly what NFT was coming up next, and there would just be a mad dash to like buy. And so, when something would come up, you would just hit buy, and then you'd try to reserve it, or you'd set a notification, and it will let you know this is coming up in 3 spots, and then you'd have to jump in line, and you'd be like buy. And so if you got it, it was like, man, this is so great. I love it. But if you click on those, go ahead and click on the NFT, right? And click on the actual NFT.
Like this or the HTML?
No, that one. Now click on the NFT.
What do you mean? Like
the actual picture. The actual picture. It should change. Does it not?
No.
Okay. Maybe it's just
go to pool.
Yeah, go to pool. And so if you click it, it'll change. And then if you double click or triple click, I think it'll bring up the rarities and stuff like that. So you'll see exactly how many have that. And this actually, you can upload this picture, this pixel, onto your phone as an app. And it will show all of your pixels and other things like that. It's actually really, really cool. They did a lot of revolutionary stuff in the space, and a lot of respect.
They minted very early on too, to have all this innovation.
They did.
They were so ahead of their time.
They were killing it, and they worked a lot with Barry on Nami, the Nami wallet, for that integration to go into their mint. It was one of the only projects, the first project actually, to mint strictly by Nami. And so people were like, we got to download this new wallet, blah, 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 blah. And then like,
Yeah.
oh, this is actually really nice. And it was cool. It's a very, very extremely light wallet. You know, and Dead Pixels are great. I respect that project. It's not your typical PFP project, but those who know. And so their game is coming out and it looks pretty cool. And there's royalties based on the traits that you have. If it has, like, let's say 10,000 unique players per month, you know, on this specific game, you're going to get a shit ton of ADA. Okay, I'll just put it to you like that. So obviously, you know, the rarer traits, the better. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Jack, that was a good call. Good call on that one.
100%. Also, if you want to check out some things for yourself, you can go check out opencnft.io, and then you can go to their well, it's the first thing, but you go to analytics and ranking, which is where it'll bring you to, and it shows you in order, and you can go to all time, and it'll show you in order which NFTs have the most volume. So, like we said, Spacebuds.
Forget about Faja. Forget about Faja.
A little biased. The community as a whole is honestly kind of biased against Faja, but it was our first metaverse, and it popped off and then kind of fizzled out a little bit. But same with Spacebuds. You know, they had a bit of Space FUD recently.
Space FUD. Oh.
Well, there's actually a project too called Space
FUDs. Yeah.
And they're pretty cool people, but. Anyways, 7,200 was the peak, I believe, of Spacebuds, maybe a little bit higher. And after the FUD came out, because they found out that their artist copied a little bit of art, it crashed. So right now they're redoing the art to make up for that, but we don't know how that's going to recover yet. We're still figuring that out. Yeah. But yeah, then there's Clay Nation, there's Boss Cat. There was a lot of wash trading with Boss Cat.
I would not do Boss Cat.
Yeah, this is kind of a toss-up. Boss Cat, in all honesty, in my opinion, could go either way. It could be amazing in the future, or it could kind of just fizzle out. I'm not sure how it's going to happen. Again, Chilled Kong's another amazing project that recently had a bunch of FUD. Not sure how they're going to recover, but another one of our very great projects. Ape Society, I could see them kind of overtaking them just because of that. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Cornucopias, yes. Oh my God, how have we not covered Cornucopias? I know some people are mad about Cornucopias.
It's too in-depth. It's not like an entry point.
I'm not even going to go into it. Check it out for yourself.
All right. Cornucopias, I mean.
You should check it out.
It's a project worth it, but only if, like, not entry level into the space. There's way too much shit to unpack there that it's just like there's way too much to offer, right?
Yeah,
so we're talking about PFPs, shit we can rock. You know what I'm saying? And Clay Nation's in there, you know, for sure. I don't think Cornucopias you can rock as a PFP, you know, or show off and be like, I just did this, you know.
I said this the other day too, though. Like, I'm not really buying anything to show off on Twitter or anything either. Like, I'm buying it for utility, and the utility is very far away. But look, Cornucopias is cool. Look, check it out.
Yeah.
Yummies, whatever you want to call them. This project is pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cute.
I own one or two. I think they're good hold.
I like Yummies. They've been in the space for a real long time. I kind of been looking at Mokasi because their lands look pretty cool. Dead Rabbit Resurrection Society. That's cool. I like those probably even more so than Mallet Order.
Another Cornucopias thing.
Another Cornucopias.
And this is the cabins for Ape Society as well. There's a lot to unpack, but I'm just I'm giving you the tools so that you can go check this out for yourself, or else I could ramble through hundreds of projects that you should check out.
Right. And fuck.
I mean, Old Money is a banger. Mokasi is a banger.
Old Money is definitely a, I would say, social interaction sort of NFT. I would say it's more along the lines of like memes and fucking shit posting and stuff like that. That's kind of like what they do. Clumsy Ghost land sale. Okay. I was in Clumsy Ghost for a while, I want to say. Or no, I was in Ghost Chain. Sorry. I was in Ghost Chain, not Clumsy Ghost.
Yeah, Clumsy Ghosts, they're another good project. It's so hard to say like what project's going to do well, but we definitely shouted out the best of the best. Who knows where they're going to be in a few years from now, but where we're at now, we've definitely covered the best of the best.
Right. I feel like any of the top 5 non-Pavia excluded are pretty safe bets, I would say.
I've had a sneaky feeling about Cardano trees for the longest time too. I just feel like they're just gonna pop out of nowhere, and everybody's gonna be like, "Yeah, I saw that coming."
But for what?
Well, I don't know. They're just like one of the first ones to do interactive changing art, right? You have a tree, and then it changes with the seasons. They're adding some add-ons where you can add like night, day, fireworks, rising sun.
Yeah, they've already got that. Yeah.
It's nothing like mind-blowingly amazing, but it was one of the first to do it. They're super OG. I could see it as being like a nostalgic, just kind of like, OG thing to own.
Relaxing in the wallet. Yeah.
And like, two, if you have Cornucopias, and you're in their lands and they make some things, I guess, customizable, it would be cool. And I don't know what you can do with this, but if you could put your tree in Cornucopias, you know what I mean? Certain partnerships like that would really drive this project and bring it to the next level. They're not there yet. It's all speculation, but it's an OG project, and it could. No guarantees, but yeah, again, I'm going to try not to ramble anymore.
Dead Pixel's good, though. I will say that.
For a
Plus,
fact.
their team's pretty badass. I like them.
Yep. As far as like minting, we went over the mints earlier. I guess we'll wrap it up with there because we're getting a bit, late. We're getting to that 2-hour mark. But things that are minting this week are Moai. We'll go show that real quick as a wrap up. The mysterious Moai Association. Oh, that's going to be minted tomorrow. These are their holder tickets. I don't recommend you buy them now because you're buying at the peak because they mint tomorrow. But that's going to be a cool mint tomorrow. If you want to mint during the public, good luck. A lot of people, small mint. Ada and Vedas, they have their spaceships that you can mint tomorrow. This is what their first mint looks like, these little dudes. If you get the spaceship, you'll be able to stake. And certain spaceships allow you to stake more at once and have different rarities, yada, yada. And you will get the tokens. So then there's also Phoenix Arena, which I don't recommend you necessarily buy just because it hasn't been doing the greatest, but they have been building in the background. So
it's OE, I'm sure.
Dude, I can't spell this thing. And my computer's lagging.
It's lacking the stamina.
Lagging.
So there's Max. These are cool.
Yeah.
Like the team's great. I do like the team. I'm in communication with them. They do a great job. One of my mods is one of their mods, and she introduced us, and the team's really great. I do like them a lot. I think the game should be pretty addicting, pretty fun. So, and it looks clean as hell. So yeah.
Agreed. And then we had Animalians. That's minting today.
Which is right now.
Animalian. So these are about 70.
370, yeah.
Yep. To mint, I believe, is 75 if you have a chosen one, and 80 to 88 if you're not. Somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kevin. He's probably in here because he's awesome and he's always watching. You're the best.
I do like the way they look. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm naturally like a lizard sort of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with having like a bearded dragon and whatnot. So but I think they look like pretty cool. They're not like too much. I don't necessarily like the hats per se. But they do have some pretty good ones, I would say.
Yeah, they're a cool project. I really liked I know it's such a small thing, but what sold me was the fact that they were trying to help people with their student loans and stuff like that.
Right.
That was.
Have you tried minting through JPEG?
No. You
haven't?
I haven't done it. It hasn't been a mint I've used that.
Okay.
But there will be. Like I said, I've been so stingy with spending my ADA. I'm just.
Except on a play, You bought a clay.
Except for clay. You know, my logic was, and I know this is gonna piss a bunch of people off who are flippers because I'm a flipper, but I was like, if I don't have any money to flip with, then I can't flip. So I was like, let me take my money and put it into clay.
Absolute degeneracy. I love it.
So last one is Mandrills. They have their companions coming out, and the companions are awesome because they're building the Mandrills city, and you will need their companions to build the city, which will give you benefits and other things in the future. But yeah, these are the Mandrills. They're this like graffiti-esque type of art, and yeah, another ape project, kind of like a different spin on it. They have a really big community, and it was kind of a while. These kind of stayed at like 80 to 70 floor for like a month or two, I want to say. And then they just kind of went stupid. Their community just started rallying. So this community is always watching, always in the background. They're cool. They're good people.
Yeah. Makosi. That's another one. I kind of looked at Makosi and I was like,
Do they have a mint coming up?
No, they're just having like their lands. Their lands look pretty cool. Like if you look at them, like seriously look at them. They're actually pretty cool.
These do look cool. They look better than other lands.
Most other lands. Projects. And if you look at here's the thing. Look into their Discord, man. They're actually doing some really cool shit, man.
Yeah, no, I need to. I've been sleeping on Makosi. I need to get into him. I've been saying that for far too long.
Yeah.
But shout out to Makosi. I think I'm gonna end it there unless you have any bangers.
That's all I got. That's all I got for today. Yeah.
That's all I have. I don't know what song it is. You know what I'm talking about? There's like a song that ends with "That's all I have." I don't know.
Can't remember.
Anyways, appreciate all y'all for watching. Remember to get outside, see your family, see your friends. Here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys. Peace.